What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. On this MLK Day, the Knicks get their doors blown off by the Dallas Mavericks, 114-97. The Big Cat, 22 points, 18 rebounds. The captain returned 22 points, 7 assists for him, but that wasn't enough. Knicks got waxed again. Waxed. I don't want to say that I'm right, but does this not look like this guy's losing the locker room? Doesn't it look like that? You guys let me know, because now you can't blame it on players. You can't blame it on players. This does not look like this team is just wants it. They look like they ran out of gas. There's no juice. There's no motivation. No, nothing. They were down by 30 today, 30 in the Garden, to one of the worst teams in the league that had almost half of their team out. There's G League players out there. The Knicks are getting smoked by 30 in the Garden. You guys let me know. You guys let me know. You guys let me know. Because I've been saying this for weeks. Hey, listen, everybody in here, I've been saying this for weeks. Everybody's blaming Towns. Everybody's blaming Bridges. I said, yo, that's not the problem, guys. That's not the problem. Guys, if there's no type of panic button that needs to be pressed, we need to press it now. We need to press it now. It's panic all over New York City right now, because this is not the same team. This is not the same team. We don't even look like a playoff team at all. Playoffs start today. We're getting our doors blown up. We're getting swept in the first round. That's what's going on. Now, look, we could try to figure out, okay, do we need more practice time? And no, practice time is not going to fix this. This ain't practicing. This ain't none of that. It's a culture thing. It's an identity thing. We have no identity, guys. None. None. They done brought this guy up in here, and now the Knicks have no identity, man. You take on the identity of your coach. And if he is who he is, like Matt Barnes said, you're seeing it with this team. The locker room looks like it's lost, guys. The locker room looks like this doesn't look like the same guys in there, man. At all. No motivation, no fight. Even Josh Hart doesn't look like himself. He's on the sideline. I saw him talking to the team, trying to motivate them some way, somehow. What the hell is going on here? You know what's going on. LV's been saying it for the last couple of weeks. I've been screaming it from the mountaintop for the last couple of weeks. What's going on? He done brought his stench and all that stuff from Sacramento. I told you guys this. Nasty loss today on MLK Day. Nasty loss for them boys. They now are 25-18. Lost 4 in a row. You guys let me know. What should we do? Is it time? Is it time to fire this guy? What do you? I don't want to say. I don't want to say the words. But do you think that this is possible here? I'm just asking. They had a bunch of janitors out there. They had a bunch of garbage workers. Guys that are two-way contract guys coming here and lighting the Knicks up. Nah, guys. No. These ain't the players. This ain't the players at all. Let me get here in the chat, man. I appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with me, man, on this MLK Day. Hope everybody enjoyed their day off. Disc Rover, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. Jay Supreme, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight. Outlaw, what's going on, man? Long time no see. Hope all is well with you, sir. Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. Big Task, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. MBIC, what's going on? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with me tonight. Eric Green, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live, man. Jay Supreme, here you go. Wally said the team looks tired. Yo, Jay, it's easy, Jay. It's easy. You know why they look tired, Jay? You got to have an offense I said this to you guys, that matches this team. This team is not a potent team. They're not. They got a very slow pace from last year, but it's because of the players that they have. This is a Tibbs team. This is not a run, high fly, run and gun team. It's just not. So you got to match what you have, your offense, to what your team is. When you're playing high pace and fast pace like the Warriors play, you got to be okay with giving up points because you know you're going to outscore everybody because you got elite shooters all over the place and they can't keep up. No one could keep up with that Warriors squad. No one could. No one could. Steph bangs a three, then here comes Steph. Steph, then here comes Clay. Then after Clay, here comes KD, right? And after KD, Sean Livingston. Then Iguodala gets a steal. Then he kicks it out to Clay for a three. Then after that, then it's Draymond might knock down a three. Before you know, he's down by 20. We thought you was in the game, but right, it was so high paced. That's the misconception. That's the gas. You think, oh wow, everybody can do it. No, they can't. So he tried to bring that over here to us. We don't have the horses for that. I've said that. So now, Jay, what happens is when you shoot like that and play that type of offense, the ball gets ricocheted back. Now this team is on the go. The other team is on the go, and now you can't get no stops because it's constant fast pace. And he wants to play with pace. This ain't the team for pace. They can in moments of the game, but this ain't the team for pace. I'm gonna go through the stats, but this is the biggest stat I want to show tonight. Knicks gave up 32 fast break points. 32 fast break points, and they only have 4. 32-4. That's the ball game. Why? Because they're shooting long threes, they're catching it, they're throwing it up the court. This is all that teams are scheming for this. This is not hard, guys. Teams are identifying the Knicks' weaknesses, and they're saying, yo, if they're not knocking it down, we're going. And they're putting pressure on the defense because you can't get back. 32 fast break points, man. And there's times that I'm watching a game, I'm like, bad shot. Like, even though it's in the rhythm, Mikal Bridges coming down, pulling up for 3. It's nobody down there to get a rebound. He's chucking for 3. I'm not even mad at him because that's the offense. Dude's coming down, doing crossovers, step back 3. I'm like, just a bad shot, man. That's a bad shot. There's no one underneath the rim. Towns got to get back. Just chucking threes, shooting jumpers. I'm like, yo. And then they 1 for 11 from 3. They still chucking threes. No one's going to the rack. I'm like, yo, this is bad basketball, man. And I've always said, and it's not just me, it's a lot of people that felt what the Warriors did was bad basketball. That's not how hoops is played. But they could get away with it because of Steph. They can get away with it because of him and because of Clay and KD. They can get away with that nonsense. But ain't no way that's the way the game should be played. No, at all. So he brought that nonsense over here. Terrible. Terrible, 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 terrible. We go to chat. Jay said either Brown is going to get fired or there's going to be a significant trade upcoming. Let me ask you guys something. If a trade comes, right? If a trade comes, I'm going to ask you guys. I'm throwing it out here to everybody. If they make a trade, does that change anything? This doesn't look like a trade is going to fix this. This looks like a culture thing going on. Because this is everybody. Even Josh didn't look like himself, man. His energy was off. Like, they just didn't look right. Brunson didn't look right either. He's turning the ball over. I said, this don't look like Brunson. He's not in the flow of the offense. Deuce didn't score tonight. He looks bad. Only one look good was Mitch. So I'm just looking at the flow of this. It doesn't look good at all, man. It doesn't look good. This doesn't look like the team that we fell in love with these last couple of seasons. This is the worst stretch they've had in years, man, since the Brunson era. This is the worst stretch offensively and just game-wise. That right now, what are they? 2 out of their last 9? Out of their last 11 games, they've only won 2 games. And they're in a 4-game losing streak. Big Taz said, I'm definitely starting to smell smoke. Yo, this Big Taz, I'm telling you, man. listen, big task. I'm telling it doesn't look good at all, man. It doesn't look good. And here's the thing. Everybody was back today. Everybody. The whole crew was back. This Grover, here we go. Blaming the coach is easy scapegoat. This Grover, this is the worst this team has looked since they all was assembled. Even when Brunson, this is the worst they've looked. It isn't. This Grover, you're saying. I saw you put right here. All right, the team has been building bricks since January. This Grover, they ain't been building bricks since January. This has been a slow drip. Their defense has been atrocious. They've been getting away with it because they can shoot and knock down shots. You're not going to always do that, so you got to adjust to that if you're not making shots. There's no adjustment from this guy. None. This is a whole team thing. So once again, I'm going to ask you, do you just trade the whole team because they're missing shots? You got to adjust. This guy's not showing any adjustment, man. None. And the team is not responding. That's the thing, Grover. And not responding and knocking down shots, responding with energy. They look like they have nothing left in the tank. Why is that? Why is that? Why does it seem like they have no fight? Why is that? That looks like a team where a guy's lost the locker room. They're not listening to him anymore. It looks like that. That's the perception. That's the perception. And maybe it's because they don't believe in what he's coaching, what he's teaching. I don't know, but this team doesn't look right. That's what I'm saying. So it ain't just a player. It's everybody, Grover. Everybody looks bad. And this has been a slow drip effect. So it ain't the coach. Who is it, Grover? So he's got to make shots? It don't go like that in the league. You still miss shots? Okay, cool. You still pull out wins, but they don't have no energy left. None. There's no fight in this team. None. Yo, where's BK, man, from LA? What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live, man. All the way from the West Coast, man. Appreciate you coming through rocking with me. Tough loss for them boys, man. Listen, man, they're not looking good at all. At all. They've won 2 out of the last 9 games. They've lost 4 in a row. They get smoked by a G League team, basically. They look terrible, man. One Shot D, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live, man. Nasty loss for them boys. Nasty loss. BQ from BK. Oh, I got a hiccup. Sorry. BQ from BK. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rock with LV Live, man. Tough loss, man. Tough loss tonight. Tough loss. Tony, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rock with LV Live, man. Nasty loss. Well, Guan, long time no see. Hope all is well with you, sir. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rock with LV Live. One Shot see, this is way deeper than just Cat. Cat was on a number 1 defense before. Cat not guarding these wings, shooting lights out right. This is way deeper than I think this is way deeper than everybody. Everybody. Well, go on. So there's no way the Bucks would get anything better for Giannis than Cat. What do you think? I don't know, man. I can't think about trades right now, man. Because I don't think a trade is going to fix what we got going on, man. Wiz says this is definitely a psychological issue going on. That's Wiz. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. It's something deeper than just missing shots and defense. It's I don't know, man. That's what I'm saying. You know. Tony says bench Mikal Towns. Bench hard for the next 3 games. Yeah, it's just this is bad, man. This is bad. And I appreciate everybody coming through rocking with me, man. This is just a really, really, really bad thing, man. This is really, really bad. And my thing is that this was before the calendar, January 1st. We were still winning games when it wasn't a good shooting night. Okay, all right, cool. So what's changed, Disc Grover? Something's going on is what I'm trying to tell you. And Disc Grover, how you really judge a team, right? Just for everybody too. It's not when everything's going good. It's when things are going bad. How are you able to still get wins, and how are you able to kind of, dig deep to pull out victories, right? That's what I'm saying. So it seems like they've lost, but guys, we've never looked this bad before, never, right? So now, of course, prior to Brunson getting here, I'm speaking of the Brunson era, right? We've never looked this bad. So on this stretch here, so to me, the players are the players. The only the new thing is the coach, right? The new messenger, right? So once again, guys are going to go through slumps in the season. That's just the way the 82 game is. So I'm not basing off of something. This doesn't feel like a slump. This is something deeper than that. So the reason why I keep on leaning on the coach is because this is your job to get these guys out of this slump. This is your job. You got to press the right buttons. You got to make the right adjustments. This is where you really earn your money, not when you're getting wins. It's when things like this are happening. How do you get these guys out of this rut? But it looks like they're getting worse. They're not getting any better. And so now you have to kind of say, okay, well, what's really going on here? You see the guy sitting on the bench. And so I don't think that this guy knows what he's doing, but I'm not surprised. You know why? He's been fired 4 times, right? So now you start to see, okay, and then very similar to what Matt Barnes said, right? So all these things are starting to come out because it looks like he's losing the locker room and losing the teams and losing their ear because they don't seem motivated. They don't seem motivated, or they don't have that fire in them. They don't seem together cohesively. They just don't. They seem like they're off. I don't know what's going on. This is bigger than hoops. This is bigger than X's and O's. And I don't know who said it up there. I apologize. I'm trying to remember, but someone said it's psychological. It looks like that. It looks like that. It looks like that. Tony says, I can understand going in a slump and not shooting well on a given night, but 4 games in a row of bad shooting, that's an issue, not just a bad game. It just being consistent of bad shooting, that's coaching. Hey, Tony, listen, not even just the bad shooting, Tony. I'm not, yeah, that happens in the league, man. Guys get in slumps. But, Tony, it's just the whole team, everything, just their energy, man. They don't seem right. They had everybody back today, and there was no fight today. None at all. And, I don't know what's going on, but they were down by 30, man. 30. They got smoked in that second quarter. That's what blew the games open. That's what blew the game open. They lost that second quarter 44-25, and that was the ball game. Because after that, they won a third quarter 24-19. They won a fourth quarter 26-20, but they was playing catch up after that. They started off slow. They were getting smacked in the first quarter right away. Like they just don't seem to have it, man. Jay Supreme said, it looks like they've lost their confidence, man. Once they get down by 10 points, it's like they're defeated. Jay, right. But, Jay, this team has been down 10 points before the past, even last year, right? But they was always fighting this team. Remember what Spoelstra said earlier? He said this team never gives up. You never can count them out. And there was moments this year where they kind of did the same thing, right? But something is going on. And I don't know if it's the fact that they don't believe in the system anymore. They don't like it. Or I don't know. But they just don't seem like the same team. And I don't know what's going on. But for me, my thing is like, cool, things like this happen. Now I look at the coach. You're my man, fix it. Make adjustments and fix it. I don't care if you make an adjustment to the starting lineup. I don't care what you do. But this is why they brought you in here. Fix it. Make an adjustment. Because this team is reeling. And they need a leader, right? A leader being their coach, to tighten up the screws and kind of figure out what the hell is going on here, because this is not the team that everyone, you know what I mean? So they're kind of going in a spiral here, and everything is pointing to him because he's the common denominator here, because he's done it other places. He's lost a locker room other places. That's why they fired him the way they did. So this is a common thing with this guy. And this is the worst this team has looked under the Brunson era. So now you got to say, okay, what's that? Come on, this is easy to figure out. What's the new thing here? Him. There's no one else. It's him. So now you got to say, okay, all right, didn't you bring this guy in? Yeah, well, someone's got to go, what's he saying in there? What's the messaging? Because these guys don't look right. Rondo, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live, man. Nasty loss by the boys. Rondo says, I agree having 20-minute mids show up and everyone else look tired. It's the coach. Now is the time to send him packing. Okay, so Rondo wants him out of here. This Grover. It's the offense, yes. But what I really mean by when they figured us out is they figured out how to play the Knicks, because your offense reflects your defense, right? So what I'm saying, Disc Grover, is this. It's a scheme thing, right? And so teams understand that, listen, if they miss, we're running because they don't get back on defense. So we're pushing the pace on them because we see the type of offense they're running. They're very similar to the Warriors, but it's not the same as the Warriors. So teams are scheming to put pressure on our defense. Every time a miss happens, they're putting pressure on us. They're pushing the ball up the court. So now what that says to you is, okay, we got to make some adjustments here. We got to slow down the pace. He doesn't. He wants to play with pace. So when you play with pace, though, Disc Rover, what happens is everything kind of puts pressure on your defense. So it's kind of like you got to knock down shots. If you're not knocking down shots, you're going to get smoked. So you got to make sure you got the horses to knock down the shots. That's what I'm saying. So this playing with pace and all this other stuff, I don't know if this really suits us. Because once teams started realizing what we're doing, now they can attack us. So now how do you attack a team like that? Well, because now what you're basically doing is having your offense be your defense, because you're trying to outscore people. What if that doesn't work? And then what's happening too is they keep shooting outside. And that's not their superpower. Everything is drive and kick. Yo, we got to finish at the rim. We got to kind of start drawing fouls. There was one part in the game. They didn't really go to the free throw line that much because everything is outside. Everything. So, Big Tess is this team. The leader on this team was lacking. The leader on the team was lacking leadership. Agreed. This one says, I disagree, LV. Our pace has dramatically slowed down mid-December, leading into the cup on the offensive end, but it's still not working. Everything is pace, this Rover. What I mean is this. Everything is driving kick, and they're running down, just chucking up shots, right? So what happens is it's long rebounds. Like, we can't keep up with everybody. Everything is paced. I've seen him say, get the ball, just go. Get the ball, just go. I'm watching the coach say that. I'm like, yo, man, they got to slow down. They're not a fast-paced team. They were slowest in pace last year. That's not who these guys are. That's what I'm saying. He wants to play with pace. He wants to get up threes. He wants to do – this ain't the team for that. That's what he wants. That's his messaging. So I don't know, man. I don't know. All I'm gonna say is this, right? Which is very, very key to this. This team was slated to win it all this year, the Eastern Conference. That's what this team is slated to do. That's how good we are. We just don't look good at all, and we're taking steps back. And in anything in life, you got to figure out why that's happening, right? When you take steps back, and you got to pay attention to the signs and pay attention to the common denominator. And if everything was cool before, but now things have changed, you have to ask yourself, what was implemented that was new that's causing this? That's why you got to look at this guy. You have to. You have to. There's no way you cannot miss this. You got to look at this guy. He's the new thing here in this equation. But LV, man, I'm watching this team run slow pace, tip sets, and we're still chucking up shots. And it's not, man. It's not tip sets, man. Everything is driving kick, man. They look terrible, man. They look bad, man. They look bad. And then it's showing in their energy too, in their effort. It's just a domino effect of things, is what I'm trying to tell you guys. I'm trying to stress this to you guys. I'm trying to stress it to you. You guys got to understand. It's a domino effect of things, guys. If you guys aren't in that locker room, I'm trying to tell you what happens. When a coach loses the locker room and no one believes in what he's saying, you know what goes first? The effort, because no one believes in what he's saying no more, man. And so then you just start seeing they just don't look right. And you're trying to figure out why. They're overthinking the game. They're not knocking down shots. They're not getting back on defense. It's a myriad of things. So this is why I'm saying what I'm saying, because they just don't look right. There's no fight. They lost to a G League team tonight. I mean, not lost. They got smoked by 30. Well, they didn't lose by 30, but do you see the score? Was that 17? Come on, man. Come on. I'm telling you, it's what's going on, man. I'm telling you guys. You guys got to listen to LV here. Vegas Dev, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV live tonight. Nasty loss for them boys on MLK Day. 114-97. The Big Cat, 22 points, 18 rebounds. The Captain, 22 points, 7 assists. Dun Rose, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV live, man. Long time no see, sir. Hope all is well. Nasty loss tonight. Nasty loss. Look at Dun Rose. The players wanted Tibbs gone, but they want to quit on Brown. Unacceptable. Yeah, man. But I'm glad you said that they're quitting on Brown. Dun Rose. That's well said. But why are they quitting on Brown? Why? Why are they quitting on this guy? That's the question. I'm glad you mentioned that. Because why? Why are they quitting on this guy? Is the Matt Barnes stuff true? Is this guy just not a leader of men? And they just have he's lost the respect to the players. Me, I don't know, man. I don't know. But this team don't look right. Wiz BK says, all I heard all season when we're winning is that we have a bench, and only things that can change on the bench are Clarkson, Yabo, and Diawara, plus bench usage. Man, yes, that's what I was hearing too. But then we start losing games. And I don't know, man. I don't know. Vegas Dev, Najee and Christie look like stars against these guys. They don't respect Brown, and the players don't like each other. Yo, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Dun Rose says, I blame it on the players because they hired Brown as the coach for the Knicks. Agreed, Dun Rose. I don't know if I blame the players though, man. These are the same guys from last year. So why are they doing it? Why are they playing like this? Like what? Guys don't just stop playing hard like that. I'm trying to tell you guys, there's still people at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I don't know. But I've been in locker rooms enough in my life to know and see guys playing. And I can kind of see what's going on. And the guys seem checked out. Why do they seem checked out? In your words, Dun Rose, why did they quit? Why did they quit on Brown? Why? Matthew Hurley, man, 7219, man. I appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live, man. It's my first time seeing you. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, Matthew, please subscribe to the channel, man. But I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew. It's truly appreciated, man. Listen, nasty loss by them boys on MLK Day, 114-97 to the Dallas Mavericks. The Captain, 22 points, 7 assists. Vegas Dev says, Brown ain't a fit to the Knicks coach, man. Say what you want, but Tibbs, but at least he commands respect. Yo, that's a fact. That's a fact. They play hard for Tibbs, man. They play hard. Even though Tibbs drive you into the ground, he played them boys. They played hard for Tibbs, man. That's one thing you can admit to. Look at Wiz. Maybe Campaign, Delon Wright, and Precious were our motivational players. Yo, that's crazy, right? That's crazy. This Grover, apparently Kristen Winfield who was one of our best writers, asked Josh Hart if he thinks the flaws are personal or scheme driven, and Josh said 100%. Personnel or scheme driven, and Josh said, "Wow." So, okay. So what say you, Disc Rover, based on that? Personnel or scheme driven. So Josh said 100%. 100% personnel. So Disc Rover, what say you about that? What say you about that? Because that's proving my point, Disc Rover. That's proving my point here. That the scheme is cool, but based on who you have, you ain't got the personnel for that. Then he can't run that stuff. I'm glad you brought that up, Disc Rover. I'm glad you mentioned that because that seems like the heat rock right there. And I said that the other day. I said, I don't think they got the personnel. And I said, they're going to probably have to move over Towns. I said, because they got to get guys in here that are going to run this offense the way they want to run it. I don't know. But this ain't the personnel for that type of offense. It's not. It's not. And guys just seem all over the place, man. Hey guys, I'm just a messenger, man. You gotta laugh for stuff like this, man. If not, you'll pull your hair out, man, because this is insane what we're watching. Really, really bad basketball, man. Really, really bad basketball. And they just don't look right, man. They just don't look right, man. They just don't look right at all. At all. Let me guys show you something really quick. I'm going to show you a quick video here. And this is speaking volumes here. What I'm about to show you guys right now. It's just speaking volumes here. Because look at the captain here. Look at the captain here. Look at him here, man. Talking to everybody. Look what he's doing. Look what's going on here. Look what's going on here, man. So once again, I'm going to ask you guys again. You know, he's trying to motivate. What the fuck is going on in that locker room to where these guys aren't even motivated to play? Why do they have to do that? And this is a championship team based on what everybody is saying. Why do they need to do this, man? That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. And this is what I'm talking about with the leadership piece. This is why I'm stressing that. They're trying to get everybody up. Like you see what's going on. You see the captain. Like everybody's frustrated. Look at Josh. Like, there ain't no coaches in that huddle, man. There's no coaches in that huddle. There's no coaches. It's the captain bringing everybody together. But my thing is like, what's going on? Eddie Kofi, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live, man. Nasty loss, man. Nasty loss. Nasty loss. Josh said that, yeah, the locker room was in shambles. Vegas, you see what I'm saying? So you see Brunson, right? You see him, right? Vegas, you see what he's doing. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. But to me, that's leadership. Great leadership by Brunson, but that should never happen, man. Never happen. This guy's got to run the show. That's why he was brought in here to do that. He has no connection to these guys. None. If the captain's got to do this and try to get these guys together, why is that needed, man? This Grover says, Josh said also players need to look themselves in the mirror and be professional. Hey, listen, man, I'm not knocking on that. I believe all that. But why is this going on, Disc Grover? That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. This is what I mean by peace with the locker room, right? So now you see, right, Disc Grover, guys are starting to argue and fight with each other. You see this? This is what I mean by losing the locker room. This is big, man. This is big. This is not anything that, you know what I mean? That's why I'm saying that. Well, even Brunson looks defeated as he's trying to rally the troops. That's what I'm saying. But why, though, man? Why? Why? This should not be happening. Not from a championship level team, but they feel like we were, right? Guys, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I've said, when I've been in those locker rooms where guys feel like they got to do that. They feel like they got to do that. You know why? Because the coach ain't got. He's like losing the guys. Like the guys aren't listening to him. So you need your players, your leadership guys, to kind of step up and kind of speak up because the coach's words are falling on deaf ears. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you. No, Disc Grover, for what it's worth, I'm trying to. Guys fight all the time. That's arguing. That's arguing and stuff because of what happened. That's different, Disc Grover, than that and what you're seeing on the bench. You're seeing guys and it's showing in their play. Guys fight all the time, Disc Grover, even when they're winning, they're fighting. Even when they're winning, they're throwing fisticuffs. Right? That happens. What I'm trying to tell you is you're seeing this, and they're losing. So that speaks to bigger things. Vegas says, I can say from experience, weak coaches don't work. So I want you to put that in caps. Mike has to go. The team crumble. I've been saying this. Vegas, you got to talk to these guys that's never been in locker rooms. You got to tell them. I'm telling you right now, you guys got to realize what's happening here. These guys didn't break amongst teams. They fought amongst each other like regular good teams do, but they didn't break. This team looks broken, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. You guys were trying to talk about the players. No. Why Brunson acting like that, man? Eric Green says, LV, man, is this still a question? Brown needs to go, man. We're in big trouble if he stays. Eric Green, that's what I'm saying, man. You heard what Vegas just said. Vegas just told you. And I've said this. A team is a representation of the coach. If you got a gas coach, it's going to show in the team. The team's going to be weak. And if he can't get a message across because he's weak, you got guys like Brunson and Josh feeling like they got to talk to players. That should never happen. If they're arguing, fighting amongst each other because of a play or something like that, that's normal stuff. We just saw it the other day with Maxey and what's the young boy VJ Edgecombe arguing back and forth. That happens, man. It happens. That's nonsense. That happens. But to be getting smoked like this by a team that you shouldn't be getting smoked by, on a 4-game losing streak, you've lost 2 out of 9. You can see the difference in this team. This is easy to figure out what's going on. This is easy. Lionel Moses, you think if this Lionel Moses, they got listen. Anything is possible right now at this point. I don't want to say yes or no, but anything is possible because they can't. This can't continue. This doesn't look right, and I don't know. I don't know. This doesn't look. It just doesn't look good. This stuff like this is how guys get fired. I'm being honest with you. This is how guys lose their job right after the All-Star break, or right before the All-Star break, and you get a breaking news from. I was about to say Woj. From a Shams bomb, and he'd be like, Knicks have fired Mike Brown. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Tony says, LV, man, let me know what you think from my last message. Let me see. What was the last message, Tony? Let me see what you said here. Let me go up here, Tony. 1 second. Okay, sorry, cool. I think this is you right here, Tony. Okay. Tony says there's only one problem with this team. The two best players on the court are two seasons in and play like it is a pickup game, no chemistry. And when that happens, others on the court are going to suffer. Tony, I can't really say that, Tony, because they looked great last year, Tony. They looked awesome last year together. Towns had one of the best careers of his season. Best seasons of his career. And Brunson also. And that was their first time them being together. And that team, we love that team. And there'll be times where Brunson would go off or Towns would go off. Right? So from what I've seen in that one season, of course we got to run this back. So I don't think they're not the problem. The problem is the scheme. And the problem is whatever this guy's bringing in. And now the problem is spilling over to the team and they're losing. And now guys are pointing fingers. They're saying personnel, like based on what Disc Rover sent just now, right? I got to check into that. But if Josh is saying it's personnel, now guys are pointing fingers at each other. Now guys are looking. So that's the locker room stuff. Now once guys start losing, they start pointing a finger at each other. You see them on the sidelines. Brunson's trying to rally up the troops. I saw there was another clip where Josh was talking to each other, trying to get everybody out of the rut or whatever. The coach ain't even in there doing that. It's him. And it's Brunson. That tells me this guy's lost a team. Or is starting to lose the team because the guys aren't listening to his voice no more. But I have to stress this. I'm not surprised because this has been his MO. This is what they've said about this guy every place he's been. He's been fired 4 times. They said the same thing last year. So that's what I'm saying. You've got to pay attention to what's going on with this team. I don't care that they started off winning the way they did. So what? It doesn't matter. You don't get judged by that. You get judged by what's going on right now. How do you recover? How do you recover? When you kind of have your back against the wall, what buttons do you press to get these guys back on track? What do you do? What do you do? They sent off a lot to keep Mikal Bridges here. They want to see they want to see an ROI, like I've told you guys before, return on investment. And they got it last year at the East Conference Finals. So now they want to see another return on investment with Towns. Because Towns was, listen, you can talk about Brunson all you want. He hasn't been in the Eastern Conference Finals till Towns got here. Right? So come on. So we could say, come on. Towns almost had 20 boards again tonight. So yes, we can get on Towns. He's got issues. He's got limitations, yeah. But they got the furthest they've ever got in 20-something years with Towns. So as an owner of a team, I'm going to say, yo, man, I'm getting money back with this guy. I'm seeing my ROI. What the hell is happening this year? What? You don't want to hear no issues. Now, we got to probably make a trade. Make a trade for what? So now I got to make another trade? They got to break up the disbanded team and try to bring another person in just because this guy is not strong enough to kind of deal with these personalities in here and get these guys on the same page? Because that's what it is. It's getting these guys on the same page. This is easy, man. This ain't hard to do. My man Vegas said it. He knows. When you're in them locker rooms, I'm trying to tell you guys, when you're in them locker rooms, that changes everything. It spills over into the court. You can see it, and you see the way this team is playing. That's all from stuff from the locker room, man. Not saying guys argue and fight on the bench. That's regular stuff. I'm speaking of how they're playing as a team. Everybody, not just one guy. Everybody. Yo, Jeremy, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live, man. Hope all is well with you, sir. Long time no see, man. Long time no see, Jeremy. Hope all is well. Okay. Jeremy says, the Knicks are a super expensive, top-heavy lottery team. The Knicks will be in rebuild mode by the summer. Superior championship teams have had to dismantle their teams based on the CBA. Yeah, that's a good point. Tony, Towns and Brunson, when their shots not falling, don't know how to do other things to elevate the team to win. So once they're off, we're losing. I don't know, man, because listen, there's a perfect example, right? Their shot wasn't falling tonight. It's cool. But I'm speaking of everything, Tony. This thing is affecting everybody. Look at Mikal. Look at OG. Like, both of those guys have taken step backs these last couple of months. Look at Josh. He just looked like disinterested tonight. I don't know what the hell is going on. You know what I mean? Even like, Deuce is knocking down shots, but Deuce is out there trying to be Steph Curry. I'm like, yo, Deuce, that's not your game, man. They got him running point. I'm like, what? I don't know. Vegas Dev says, I got my issues with Cat, man, but notice how the team doesn't fight for him. The Draymond situation showed that. Even if he's soft, you're supposed to fight for him. Agreed. 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 I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But what I do know is that when such and such jumped in his face, when jumped in Mitch's face, who was it? Paul Reed. Cat pushed him off him, right? Like, get up out of his face, man, right? So Cat's got that fight in him. He's proven it. He's been in a couple of fights in this league. Him and Embiid got in a fight. So I used to get on town and say he's soft, but really in reality, he's not. He's like laughing, joke around a lot. So he ain't gonna let dudes think that. You know what I'm saying? Because he's kind of like a laid back type of guy. But you know, he has a lot of fight in him, man. But that speaks to something else too, Vegas. You know what I'm saying? It does. Big Tassie, I can't believe this is happening. Agreed, man. This is ill, man. Jeremy says the Knicks are 13-15 against playoff play-in teams, 12-3 against lottery teams, 1-18 when trailing after 3 quarters, 7-11 since winning the championship cup on 12-16. Yeah, man, listen, they just don't look good, man. They don't look good as a team. As a team, that's what I'm stressing here, guys. Team stuff. Team stuff. They don't look good as a team, and I don't know. I don't know. We could look at the numbers and throw the numbers out there, right? How they're shooting, but to me, it ain't that, right? Because sometimes your shot's not falling. But what you can't coach is energy. What you can't coach is basketball IQ and, just guys being locked in. You can't coach that stuff, right? You just got to come out there ready to go. They don't seem ready to go. They just don't seem to have that fight on the defensive end, and it's impacted their offense as well. They just don't seem right at all as a team. And everybody's back today. It was the first time having everybody back. And you're seeing a team that just seems to have lost their fight, have lost their mojo. And I don't know why. And that's why, I keep stressing that you got to dig deep at leadership, because whenever a team is kind of off their rocker like that a bit, the coach knows what to say or the things to do to really kind of reel these guys out, because they're still players. So that's why they have coaches, because you got to press the right buttons to get these guys back on track. This Rover says we need to do some research, and agreed. This Rover, we need to do team PLX and board. They need to stay far away from board because some of them dudes won't come back. This Rover says I'm soul searching. Yo, this Rover, you're right though, man. You're right on. You're right on at all, totally. Jeremy says the Knicks are currently 3 wins better than the Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier Knicks team. Ooh, the Knicks were 22-21 through 43 games. Look at that. Numbers don't lie, man. The numbers don't lie. It's just this is tough, man. This is tough. This is tough. This is really, really tough, man. Seeing everybody's kind of looking at, pointing fingers at, you know what I mean? I'm seeing Deuce out there. Deuce just, you know what I mean? Guys just don't look right, man. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't see how we had a pause. I apologize. So let's listen to Coach. Let's listen to what he has to say. I'll bring this up right now. Hope everybody's doing. Also, man, I hope everybody's doing good, man. Hope everybody enjoyed their day off today. And getting ready to get back to it tomorrow, man. It's almost February, man. It's almost February. Can't wait, man. I'm ready for the nice warm weather, man. I had to shovel today. LV was tight, man. Do shoveling, man. Wasn't trying to feel that, man. Wasn't feeling that at all. All right, guys, listen to the coach. Let me make sure the volume is up for you guys. Let's listen to him, hear what he has to say. regarding this matter here. Turn the volume up. All right, cool. Let's listen to the coach.
Bottom line is we gotta lock in. We gotta do our job for 48 minutes. They scored 75 points in the first half, and at halftime, we usually do the clips and talk about technical X's and O's and all that, crap that coaches do and teams do. There was nothing to be said at halftime except for lock in and do your job. They scored 28 points in the paint the first half without a post-up player. Told them three things. 28 points in the paint. We got to put our chest on the ball and stop the ball from getting downhill into the paint, which we did in the second half. They had 16 points in the paint. They had 27 fast break points in the first half. 27. On track for 54. They had 7 in the second half. And the last thing that I talked about with them, their hot guys were 9 for 11, I think, in the first half from the three-point line. The two guys that we labeled hot. And we know how to close out the hot guys. We know how to play hot guys. They were 9 for 11 in the first half. And most of those threes were open, or we left our feet before they shot the ball, and then they were open. In the second half, they only got 6 off. They were 3 for 6. The 3 areas that we talked about, no X's and O's. Just do your job. Play with physicality and do your job early. The whole second half, they scored 39 points. The second quarter, they scored 44 points. Again, no adjustments. Just go do your job. So it's within our guys. But we all have to do our job for 48 minutes. And it didn't happen tonight, and it was evident. Doesn't matter who's in the uniform in front of you. You got to do your job.
See, that's great what he said, right? That's great what he said. And I respect him for that. But the key with all that is, right, with everything he said, I think for me, my biggest question is, but coach, why? Why aren't they doing their job? Like, what has changed from earlier in the year? I can't say from last year because you weren't here last year, to now to where they're not doing their job. Why is the effort not there? Like, what's going on? You understand? And so this is why I'm saying the things that I'm saying about this guy, because he could talk tough to us. Like, that's cool. But the MO with him is that he's a soft guy and that guys get over. So I'm only saying that because I'm seeing what do you guys pay attention to? You guys pay attention to what people say are the results. Like, that's what I pay. So I hear what he's saying. Like, it sounds good. But, coach, they're not responding to you, coach. I don't know why, but they're not. So what are you not doing to where these guys are ready to go to where, like you said, they're coming out hot defensively? They find out the hot guys, like you mentioned, who are knocking down threes, and you say they're on top of it. They're not like kind of like coasting or whatever. And then it takes halftime, and then but the game's over by then. We're down by 30. Like, I'm just saying, like, what? But this has been going on now for some time now. It's the last couple of weeks. So I don't know, but my thing is, I hear what you're saying, but why aren't they responding to you? Why? Because they haven't seen a run like this for a minute now. It's been a couple of years since the Knicks have looked this bad. And I'm glad, Jeremy, you're back because you're always my stat guy. You mentioned about the whole Kemba Walker thing. That's why they made that move, man. That's why they got him up out of here, went and got Brunson, and everything changed after that. Remember, Randall was on that team. That was thumbs down, Randall. When all that stuff happened, that was thumbs down. And then they made the move to get Brunson, and everything changed after that. So why is this team that's considered one of the better teams in the league having a skid like this under your tutelage, under your guidance or whatever? Why? I just don't, I think that's the biggest question of it all. Look at Big Task. The math is not equating to wins, though. That's what I'm saying, Big Task. He can say all them numbers and all that other stuff, but they just think, like, I'm just being honest with you. I don't know, man. I don't know. I hear what he's saying, but it's kind of, once again, it's going through one end and coming out the other with me, because I'm looking at the results. The results don't. You would think that they would come out and be ready to go today. They weren't. So now you're saying they're not closing out on shooters. Okay, so that sounds like your guards or your wings aren't doing their job, from Josh Hart to Mikal and OG, and Brunson included, right? So what? That's what it sounds like to me. Jeremy says the Knicks barely defeated a decimated Dallas. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was good. Yeah. The kid missed the layup, or he got called on a foul at the end on Shaman. I remember that. Jeremy says the Knicks are 38 and 43 against playoff teams over the last 2 seasons. Vegas Dev says wasn't just closeouts though. Najee and others were getting to the rim at will. Bottom line is they don't want to play hard for Mike. He can't motivate them. Yeah, I see. That's what I'm saying, Vegas Dev. I don't know what's going on. But he's saying the stuff on the wings and getting your chest on them and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, cool. That sounds like your guards and your wings. And then Najee Marshall was cooking Josh. So once again, I don't know what the fix is. But what I know is that it's an everybody problem, right? You know what I'm saying, Vegas? Like it's affecting, it's everybody. It's not just one guy. Because it's easy to say, all right, cool. We take him off the court, we play better. We make this adjustment as far as lineups go, we play better. Like, so let's just stick with that lineup and figure out maybe we can make a trade, make a move, kind of like similar with the Yabusele piece, right? That's easy. That's not this, because all your top players that you put all your money in, from Brunson to Towns to Deuce, all them guys just aren't playing well together. So now you got to say, like, what's going on? It's easy to say we're missing shots, but this ain't a missing shots thing. This is an effort thing. They don't want to get stops. They're not getting in front of guys. Guys are just scoring at will, wide open threes, like just nonsense. Like, so I'm just saying, something's not right. And it begins and ends with him. It lands at his feet, man. It lands at his feet. It lands at his feet. I give you a perfect example, guys. Anybody don't have kids? I'm a parent, right? So my kids act up. They do something crazy in school. Who they calling? They're going to call me. It lands at my feet. Whatever decisions they make is bad. They're going to come and look for me. They're not going to say, oh, well, your kids got, get rid of your kids. They're not going to say that was the kid's fault. They're going to say, well, who's the parent? Who's running the show? I mean, are you aware your kid is doing this? Okay, so what are you going to do to fix it? That's what this is. It's the same thing. I know it's not that extreme, but it's the same. You look at the players, you say, all right, cool. Well, coach, what are you telling them? Well, I told them they got to do this. I told them, all right, cool, coach, okay. Well, coach, they're making the same mistakes. You gotta get the F out of. All right, cool. Well, coach, they're making the same mistakes. Why? So I can discipline my kids all I want or hold them accountable. If they go back to school and they're making the same mistakes, they're not gonna look at the kid. They're gonna look at my parenting. That's just what goes on in life, and that's what this feels like. Especially when this team has had great success under Tibbs. I'm sorry. People are now screaming for Tibbs now. I mean, the writing's on the wall. I mean, this doesn't look good because this team's not responding well to this guy. But I don't want to sit there and say I'm shocked, because he's got a history of this stuff, man. Okay, so look, so here we go. Here we go, guys. They asked Mike Brown why the Knicks didn't put up a strong defensive effort in the first half. First Dallas. Okay, here's the question. I'm pulling up for you guys really quick. I apologize. All right, cool. I'm bring it up to you guys. This Grover. This Grover says, no way. Yeah, I hear you, man. Your Tibbs is crazy too, man. All right, so look, okay, so listen, okay, they asked him why. They asked the question. I said to them, why? Okay, so here's the question. They asked him right now, why wasn't his team ready to play defensive in the first half? Here you go. Okay, wait. Okay, let me get the. I don't know what happened to the volume here. Volume's going crazy. 1 second. Let me bring it back for you guys. Okay, so they ask him that right now. Okay, make sure the volume's good for you guys. All right, here we go.
Not sure.
So they asked him why, and he said he's not sure. He doesn't know why. That's a problem. For a guy that everyone loves, him airing out people, he don't got the answer. That's a problem. You know, I don't. I mean, that's a good question because I just said why, Coach. Why is this happening? Like why? Like you know, this is your crew. You run the show now, man. You got the big boy chair. This Rover says defense just collapsed altogether. But yeah, Disc Rover, but why though, Disc Rover? That's why the reporter asked them, why is this happening? Why? Jeremy says Knicks should fire Mike Malone. Yo, you know why they didn't want to hire Mike Malone, man? They felt he was like a Tibbs clone, man. He's like a Tibbs clone, and that's why I think they didn't want to do it. I thought that would have been a good hire. I like Mike Malone, but yeah, look at Vegas. I think here he know why. He know why. He knows why. He knows why. Come on, in Vegas, if you like, you know, just like me, man. I was in them locker rooms, man, and I seen the coach looking shaky, and I said, "Oh, it's over." And so he be coaching and talking. If anybody that's been in locker rooms, raise your hand. I have to go to this because I love talking about this stuff because that's my passion. I've been an athlete my whole life. Have you ever been in locker rooms and coaches talking, and you got players still doing stuff, going through their bag, whispering to each other, and you got to have the coach that you're scared of, the assistant coach, tap you and be like, "Yo, be quiet, man." And you're like, "Oh, I'm bad." The coach is looking at you, and you're like, he just continue to talk, and they're like, "Yo, he don't respect the coach gangster at all. He don't respect this coach at all." How many times you guys been in the locker room and seen that? I've seen that a couple of times. Guys going through their stuff, making all the noise, and coaches trying to talk over them. This stuff happens, man. And so, it's just one of those things. You just be like, "Yo, these guys ain't responding well to him, man." They're not. Whereas they responded well to Tibbs. For whatever reason, they responded well to Tibbs. They really, really did. And I think Tibbs, as crazy as he is, Tibbs demands respect. He has a certain type of juice with him when he enters the room. Guys respect Tibbs. And I don't know why. And here's the thing, guys. Check it out, too. Players don't really complain about playing for Tibbs because they know he's going to play you. He's going to shoot whenever you want. And that's it. But players love Tibbs. Some players may complain about it, like Mikal Bridges, but a lot of guys love Tibbs. I told you, I praised that thing for you last year. Jeff Teague said, "Yo, we love Tibbs. Tibbs lets you do what you want." So players love Tibbs because he'll play you to death. But at the same time, there's a respect that comes in it with him. I don't know why, but just, I can't. Well, I kind of know why, but he just has an authoritarian figure with a presence about him. You know what I'm saying? This Grover agreed, though. Agreed. Tibbs a pushover starters. Agreed, but they all respect Tibbs, man. They all love Tibbs. I don't know why, but they all play hard for Tibbs, though. You got to admit, Tibbs game here. Randall became an all-star under Tibbs. Brunson became the player he is under Tibbs. Towns had the best season probably he's ever had under Tibbs. That's because Tibbs play those dudes. You know what I'm saying? He loved to play. He played him to death, right? So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. But is his voice being heard in that locker room is what I'm trying to say, man. You know? Tony says, "Oh, coaches is not good." Yeah, right. Vegas says, "Yeah, he knows why. Yeah, I seen coaches lose the locker room. And they know they lost the locker room. You can always yo, Vegas word up. I didn't seen it. They be talking and stuff like that, and dudes getting up. In the locker room, Vegas, you go be like, "All right, come on, Vegas, break it down. Let's break it down." Everybody put their hand up. And he'd be saying something like, win on 3, 1, 2, 3. Nobody even says it. One couple of guys may say win. A couple of dudes take their hand out, like, all right, whatever. Let's go play the game. Ain't no team camaraderie, nothing. Because the guy had lost the team. I've seen that happen so many times. And before I know it, the coach is gone. We got a new coach. That's what happens, B. That's what happens. And people try to say they don't know. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Nah, Brunson was already him, man. He didn't need Tibbs. He's just, no. Brunson was getting busy, yeah, but he wasn't him until he came here. He was getting busy. But he wasn't him. He came here, he was him. You know why? Tibbs played him a lot. And Tibbs put the ball in his hand and let him do him. This girl says, okay, I said Bora last time. How about team exercise in Brownsville? What they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Up downs? They gonna do up downs and run suicides in the snow? This Rover said, take it back to old school. So he said, so who's throwing the Tibbs tonight? Kolek throwing with who's throwing the Tibbs tonight? Throwing them at Mike Brown. Oh, you said Kolek throwing Tibbs at Mike Brown tonight? Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. Oh man. Yo, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But listen, guys. And I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. We can get on the players all they want, right? But this is a results-based business, man. And the common denominator of all this is him. And this team was the same last year, and they won. You know what I'm saying? So all right, so let's hear from the coach again, man. He looks like he's a little animated now. I think he's feeling the heat. He's feeling the heat. He getting a little animated here. Let's hear from Mike Brown. I think this Rover, you might have him go to Brownsville, like you said, man. I think he like, yo, we going to Brownsville tonight. Nobody wear their jewelry. Josh, leave your watches at home. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's hear from the coach, man. Let's hear from him.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating to me. It's frustrating to every person in that locker room. And we all can't get it back by thinking we're going to go score or go get this many shots. We have to embrace doing the little things, and right now we're not.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Yeah, it's frustrating, man. Yeah, man. He said, man, he got his hands full now, man. He got his hands full. This girl, if Mike Brown is going, I put in a ticket for Johnny Bryant again. Ooh, remember Johnny Bryant? Yo, we wanted Johnny Bryant this girl, remember? Everybody wanted Johnny Bryant. Remember that Disc Rover? Well said, sir. Disc Rover with the heat rock. Well said. Yo, would you guys want Johnny Bryant back? Yo, I love that. Yeah, Disc Rover. I remember we always said Johnny Bryant. Yeah, but I didn't think he was going to get it because of his lack of experience, but I wanted him too. Disc Rover. Well said, sir. Well said. Well played. Well played. Berger said, yeah, true, Mike. If guys aren't doing the little things, what's that telling you? That's what I'm saying, Vegas. They don't care, man. They don't care. They don't care. They're not listening to him, man. That's what it is. They're not listening to him. So now they're looking at everything else. He ain't getting through to those guys. That's what happens. This happens in sports, man. We could try to. He's not getting through to guys. He's just not. Not to kind of throw this out there, but if you guys are football fans, I'm a major football fan. You see, they fired the Bills coach today. There's like 10 openings in the NFL, like for coaches. It's like the most ever, like in some time, right? So it's because guys lose the locker room, man. Guys aren't listening to them no more. See, Brian Dable, he was a good coach, but he lost the locker room. The Giants had a really good team, but they just stopped responding to him. They just start losing games. And you're like, yo, why is these guys losing games? We got a good defense. We got a good young quarterback. Like, people say injuries. You're like, yeah, but we were beating a team by 30, and then we wound up coming back and losing. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So guys can identify when your voice just is not being heard anymore. It's just not. No one's listening to you. You're just not. Like, no one's listening to you. I hear all the stuff you're saying, how you're animated, but no one's listening to you, man. And not to sound crazy, but this is how you get fired on the tarmac. This is how you get fired on your way home. Or Disc Grover driving to Brownsville, like, we gonna get this workout in. We gonna get this workout in, right? Yeah. I'm gonna show them. Then you get a phone call. Hey, man, don't even go to Brownsville anymore. Just pack your bags. You're done. Yo, what? That's what happens, man. Because they're just not responding to you anymore. They're just not. Big Taz, I thought the Knicks would hire Bright. Yo, I thought so too, man. But yo, it's just his lack of experience, man. They want an experienced guy in here. Because once again, this roster's ready to win now. That's the biggest thing of all of this. That's why this is such a big deal. Because it'll be different if the Knicks were kind of like middle of the pack team, but no, they're at the top of the league. You know, a lot of people had them probably number 3 behind Denver, OKC, and the Knicks, and then the Rockets. Like, they had the Knicks right there, right? So now, like, it just doesn't look good, man. So it says we probably bring in Rick Pitino, knowing the Knicks win offers, or bring back Derek Fisher. Rick Pitino ain't coming here, man. Ain't no way they gonna bring Rick in here. No way. He's a drill sergeant, man. He's like Tibbs on steroids. He's crazy. He still think this is 1994. Like, he's still coaching like that. All right. Okay, so they asked Mike Brown. I'm not gonna play it, man. Whatever. Let's move on to the players. They asked Mike Brown if he knows what he needs to get the Knicks back on track, the buttons he needs to press. He said, "I got some idea what I'm gonna do." So, I mean, we'll see. Look at Josh, man. Josh look like, Josh don't look right, man. He look like he's like, what the fuck is going on here, man? Josh ain't got no lineup. He ain't get no haircut. Look at Josh, man. Josh look like he under pressure, right? He's stressing. Look at Josh. Josh look like he down bad, man. Look at Josh.
It looked like you guys brought in the second half more so than the first. Just, I guess, why do you think you guys weren't able to have that type of effort in the first half?
I don't know why. Of course I did. I think we have to have a better sense of urgency. We have to, all of us, figure out what we need to do to get ready, and we gotta go out there and execute.
It looked like you guys.
Yo, man, he don't look right, right? People, your family, tell me, right? Josh don't look right, man. Josh don't look right. Right? He looked like he looked like he saw a ghost, man. He don't look right at all, man. At all. But you can see the frustration on him. You know what I'm saying? You can see it. He knows this ain't it. Especially when you gotta say Josh has been here for about 4 years now. Almost, this will be year 4 for him, or year 3. I think year 4, right? So these guys are used to winning, man. These guys have won a lot of games. These guys have been in the playoffs. These guys have won a lot of games, man, here with Tibbs. So these guys aren't used to this. They're not used to this at all. Like this space. This is a weird place to be in with this team, especially with high expectations, right? And so that's why this guy's got to press the right buttons, man, and figure some things out because, yo, man, it's just not good. Let's listen to Josh one more time.
This team talked as a group about this slide, and maybe if not, is it time?
No, we talked a little bit, but I think we all need to do, some soul searching, some looking in the mirror and figuring out what we're going to do individually, what we're going to do as a team, what our identity is. Because right now, when we're playing embarrassing basketball. You know, we're not executing on the offensive end. Defensively, we've been abysmal. We've really been, terrible defensively all year. At some point, we have to look in the mirror and realize that no one out here is feeling sorry for us. We have enough. We've shown that, and we have to figure out, how to get that sense of urgency.
This team,
I love what he said there. I love what he said. The key thing he said is that we have enough here. Like, we've shown that. We've proven that we have enough here to win games. You know what I mean? Like I said, Josh has been through the wars here, man. He's been through the wars. You know, with Philly, Detroit, with Indiana, with Boston, right? He's been through these playoff wars with Cleveland, with Miami. Josh has been here for these wars these last 4 years, man. He's been here. He's been in the trenches with this team. So he knows we got enough to win. But why is it not working? That's the question. What the hell is going on to where they just look like why? Why? This Grover said they need to go to Bora Bora. I mean, I don't know. But I'm just saying, man, something's going on. Look at Vegas. Josh knows what's really going on, but he can't say it. Tony says, how is this team going to figure out how to win? I'm confused. Yeah, man. Yeah, Tony, that's what I'm saying, Tony. That's what I'm saying. I don't know, man. LV, Rick Carlisle would have had this team in the finals already 100%. I think he's the only coach that could take this team to the finals, in my opinion. Yo, you know what? Yo, Tony, that's a good point, man. Rick Carlisle is a hell of a coach. Hell of a coach. But Rick Carlisle knows how to use what he has and use it to its full potential. This team is really, really good, man. We're really, really good. I know this skid has got people looking at us crazy about making moves, but we're really, really good. There's a reason why they had us going to the finals this year, man. So I don't know why we've hit a skid like this. Only guys in that locker room know. But from what I've been through, this looks very similar to things I've seen throughout my journeys playing hoops. This looks very, very similar to something that I could recognize. In Vegas, you know what I'm talking about, right? This team is not responding. They're just not. The Pacers are 10-33 right now. Yeah, I know they stink. So, but with our crew right now, this Grover, will Rick Carlisle take us to the chip? Would he take us to the chip, this Grover? Would he take us to the mountaintop, this Grover, if Rick Carlisle was here? That's what Tony is saying. Look at my son Deuce. My son Deuce got the do-rag on. Let me bring him up right now. Look at my son Deuce. Deuce looking like somebody he about to get paid, man. Look at Deuce. Deuce got the do-rag on. He got the gold joint. Deuce got the gold joint in, man. He look like he from the Bronx, man. Look at Deuce. Look like he from Webster Ave. Webster Ave and the PX. All my people from the PX, put them X's up. You got one of your brethren up in here. All right, let's see what Deuce has to say.
Struggling against a Dallas team that was dealing with some injuries.
Yeah, they just came out more hungry. I think that's been the main thing over the last, 11. Teams are coming out more hungry than us, and when you get comfortable, when you've won, I think that's human nature, and we have to fight against it. All glory to God for us going through this, because you need these tough times to make it through to the other side, and it'll make us stronger.
Deuce, look at Deuce speaking like a real champion, like a captain. Juicy, yo, man, speaking to the Most High right now. Speaking to the Most High right now, talking about, yo, that we gonna need it, man. We gonna need it to get through these times, man. Oh, look at my guys coming through. David Smith, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV live tonight. Nasty work from them, nasty loss from them boys. 114.97. David Smith said, yo, you see that? I don't want to hear no more talking about Towns. Everybody be quiet about Towns. David Smith's in here letting y'all know, quiet. I told you my boy wasn't a problem. I told you my boy wasn't the problem. Vaughn Allen, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rocking with LV live. Nasty loss. Nasty loss. Yeah, Vaughn, been a minute. Been a minute, my brother. I hope you. They're trying to move Bodega, and it's affecting my. I don't think. There's no way to move Towns, man. There's no way to move Towns. They move Towns. Listen, look. At this point, I was saying before they're gonna have to move him because of just the way this offense is. But you're seeing it's not Towns. It's not the problem. I've known this from jump, but this coach has totally lost everybody. Vaughn Allen, even the players. Like you could see it, and so the locker room is gone. Well, not gone, but it's getting there. And you could see the players' energy, like everything just looks bad. Everything. And so I don't know, man. I don't know where to begin, but this is not a big cat problem. This is not a cat problem. Vegas says the whole league is watching this too, right there. Of course, man. Of course. Yeah, you see my boy Deuce. Deuce got the do-rag on, right? Look like he from the BX. See, you got the cornrows down. Deuce starting to look like he's trying to tighten up, man. He know he about to get paid. He about to get paid. Vaughn said, "Oh, it's the coach." Yo, Vaughn, what you think? Vaughn, listen, man, that's what we talking about here, Vaughn. Not everybody's agreeing to it, but Vaughn, I think that's what it is, Vaughn. Vaughn, they not listening to him at all, man. They not responding to this cat at all. At all. You got Brunson on the bench barking at dudes. They trying to get it together. They think they're getting in the huddle together. The coach is on the outside of the huddle. They don't even know why. They're trying to figure it out. He's like, they asking him like, yo, why did they, what buttons you going to push? Like, what are you going to do? He's like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure why they didn't come out ready to go. Like, come on, man. He just has lost the team, man. I'm starting to think that, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because this has been a pattern with him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm, the common denominator in the room is him. You know what I mean? I know I sound like a broken record, but this is with anything in life. Like you gotta look at it. If things were working before and you guys are winning, you guys are playing good. And then a new guy comes in here, you win for a little bit, but now things starting to trickle out, and now you guys look like hot garbage. I mean, they look terrible. You have to kind of ask yourself why is this happening? And you got to look at the common denominator as him. But all his teams have done this. Remember, they did this in Sacramento too. They had a good year underneath him. And how is it he had one good year, and after that, they got him out of there in the second year? What? They fired him mid-season. Why did they do him like that? There's a reason why. Stuff going on in that locker room. It's the same thing here now. Feels like the same thing is happening. We just got to be real about it, man. That's just the truth. David Smith says the coach 100% has to be fired, right? He's using the Golden State Warriors offense. We don't have those players here. It doesn't fit. Also, he threw Towns underneath the bus publicly and is losing the locker room. David Smith, man, you sound like LV Live. Well said. Look at Vaughn. They're not listening to JP either. Yo, that's what I'm saying, man. I don't think, listen, man, look. I don't know, man, but them guys don't look like. You see Josh. Josh look bad, right? Josh struggling. Josh looked bad, man. He looked bad. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he was out in the Bronx on 3rd Avenue last night. He don't look right at all. Or he's out there in Brooklyn in pink houses. He don't look right at all. He looked like he was on a struggle bus. I'm telling you, man, these guys is feeling the heat, man. This girl says, I blame Mo Cheeks. Yo, word up. Oh, man. Mike Harley ever in the huddles, man. He's always with the other coaches. Defensive coach of the team is not Brown. Yeah, man, he ain't listen, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, but what I do know is that this team doesn't look right. And he's got to figure it out. It's his job. It's his job to figure it out. It ain't the player's job. It's his job. It's his job to figure it out. That's why he's getting paid the big bucks. And like I told you guys before, and I'm going to tell you again, this team is ready to go, man. This team is ready to go. And if you come in here and you drop the ball with this team, look at Brunson. Brunson looked tight too. Let's just listen to the captain. Listen to the captain, man. The captain, he's tight too, man. Oh, they know what's up, man. Judah's Revenge. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live, man. Nasty loss by them boys tonight. Nasty loss. All right, let's listen to the captain, man.
Josh said that you guys have to do some soul searching. How does that start? Where do you start when it comes to the soul searching process?
Should have started a couple weeks ago, but we got to start tomorrow. And we got to figure this out fast.
Josh.
See, yo, you see the captain's look on his face? Those guys look pissed off, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, but you can see in him and Josh's face, this ain't them, man. This ain't them. And you can see the frustration on his face. It looks like kind of like, low key, like it looks like anger, man. You know what I mean? Like he's just, because I don't know, man. I don't know. Judah's Revenge. Defense is the problem, man. We need a defensive coach, Judah, man. I think it's everything, man. I do agree with you. Defense, yes, man. But it's the offense too, man. They running the Warrior style offense, man. Like this ain't for this team, man. This ain't for this team. And you see it. He's talking about guys defending. They got to put their chest in there. Defense is all effort, guys. That ain't really scheme so much. It is, but not really. It's really effort, man. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to get down. You got to get dirty with it. You got to defend, man. You got to defend. You got to get in the dirt. You got to get in there. You get this effort, man. And so, I don't know. The team, listen, they're not fighting for this guy, man. They just seem like they lost. You know what I'm saying? Listen to the big cat, man. The big cat got the hoodie on. He tired, man. He tired of everything. He don't want to be bothered at all, man. Look at the big cat. Big cat like the Grim Reaper. He's finished. Cat tired, man. He aggravated, man. Let's listen to the big cat.
This is the same roster as last year, but in a lot of ways, the top guys, and then what you guys did early in the year, the cup and all.
I wouldn't say same roster, top guys. That's disrespectful. The guys that were here last year that were the real heroes of our season campaigns, and all the other guys that came through when we really needed them. And it's at the end of the day, regardless of guys last year, guys this year, we got to go out there and win the game, and that's all New York fans care about, and rightfully so. And we got to find a way to go out there and get it done.
All right, so Cat, look what Cat saying. Cat giving big ups to campaign on them dudes. He said, "Yo, don't be disrespecting last year's team, man." He said, "Yo, this ain't the same team. This ain't the same team, man." He said, "Yo, that's disrespect for those guys. Guys won us big games last year, campaigns of the world." You know what I mean? He started naming dudes. He said, "This ain't the same team, man." But he said, "Yo, no matter what, man, we got to go and win games." Yo, everybody seems off, man. Everybody. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's not looking good for your boy, man. It's not looking good for your boy, Mike Brown. Let's listen to Towns one more time, man. They're talking about the boos that he heard tonight. The boos. Listen to Big Cat. Yo, what's that hoodie you got on? What that hell hoodie look like? He got on? What's it like? Velvet he got on? Velvet hoodie? Or velour? That look like a Sean John hoodie, old school, right? Velour hoodie. The Big Cat, man. You see, the Big Cat is aggravated. You can see he's pissed off. Let's listen to Big Cat.
There was a lot of boos today, and even some it seemed were directed at you. And your numbers are very good today. Do you feel like guys are pointing at you for some reason in particular?
You spend what, $140 to represent your favorite player with a jersey. Oh, more. I don't know. And like, you know, and you come to an MLK Day here at the Garden, and the tickets are twice to 3 times the price, and to come here and, you know, spend your hard-earned money that you've saved up to bring your family to this game, and for us to come here and obviously not only win, which is disappointing, but not really have a chance. You know, I'd be disappointed too. And the fans, you know, they spend their hard-earned money. They give us so much love and motivation to go out there, you know, and they expect the results, and so do we. So, you know, the fans are doing their part, and we got to do our part.
Sounds another great answer, man. I mean, look, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. LV said a lot. Said I don't know a lot today, man. What is that, velvet? Yo, word up, right? That look like an overall hoodie, man. Yo, listen, we gotta laugh at something, man. We gotta laugh at something. This team don't look right, man. This Grover said they're going over to Brownsville. So I don't know, man. But yo, they gotta get it together. They gotta get it together, man. But you know, it starts with leadership, man. It starts with leadership. If you're a strong leader, they will follow. I'm gonna say it again. If you're a strong leader, they will follow. They will, because they respect you enough. You know what I mean? And the respect comes from the belief. All that stuff is connected, man. All that stuff is connected. And if you have those things, they're going to hold on and listen to everything that you have to say. But once they lose that respect for you or that trust, it's out the window. You're finished. You can never get it back. Never. I don't care how much you try. You can never get it back. And I think that the thing is that that's something he's going through with this team. And the reality is he doesn't know this team. He doesn't. He doesn't know these players. He doesn't know how they cook, and these aren't his players. He didn't put this team together. This is Tibbs' team. He put all these players together. He got Cam Reddish out of here to get Josh Hart. He made the move, and he was in contacts because they wanted OG Anunoby so bad. He made the decision. He talked to Leon, and they was in conversations to get OG Anunoby over here. You know why? Because OG Anunoby is the perfect Tibbs type of player, and so was Josh Hart. Right? They made the move. They had the discussions to bring Mikal over there because they want another defensive wing. Right? So, you know, it was conversations about, you know, bring, you know, they needed a big, so they had to go over there, they had to get Towns, but they've been wanting Towns for a minute. This is nothing new. Leon's wanted Towns over here for a very long time. And they made it work, and they won games. So as much as we want to say this and say that about the results were there. This is a results business. No one cares how the sausage is made. Pause on that. But no one cares how it's made. Just give me the results, man. Give me the results. That's all I want. And so that's the thing here with this. And we're going to find out really, really fast, you know, what this team is and who they are. But it begins and ends at the feet of the head guy, man. This is his ship now. These are the players. This is his crew. And he's got to put them on path to win games. And to me, that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. All right, listen, I'm LV Live, and that's my show. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people, right? Also, too, if it's your first time coming through rocking with me, please subscribe to the channel. Also, too, please hit that bell icon to get all notifications on all my shows. And also, too, leave comments because I do respond to comments. All right, people? So I appreciate everybody coming through. Listen, I'll be going live again Wednesday after the Brooklyn Nets game. So please come through and check that out, man. Listen, tough loss for them boys. Hopefully we can get back in the winning column on Wednesday. And I'll be going live then. So please come through and check it out. All right, I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people. Peace.